Hello and welcome to my garden. It's October 1st. I can't believe we're already into October. The seasons are changing and that means there's a lot going on in my garden as well. So today, being the first of the month, I thought I would take you along on a tour of my garden and show you what's going on right now as we're heading into fall. In this garden here in front of the deck, there's a lot going on. We've got tomatoes, peppers, beans, eggplant. I even had cucumbers in here at one point, but as you can see, everything is very overcrowded. I've learned a lot this year, given that this is my first year gardening, and I definitely won't be planting as much in such a small space next year. But it's a learning process. It's been fun along the way, and I definitely haven't had an issue with the harvest this year. I've got everything from slicing tomatoes, yellow tomatoes, and cherry tomatoes in here, probably about 6 or 7 tomato plants, way too many for this space. We've got beans on the right-hand side, we've got peppers along the front, and I had even tried planting cucumbers to climb up the back of the deck. However, once the tomatoes grew, it just completely shaded out the cucumbers and they stopped growing. I did get a few, but the tomatoes in here have gone like crazy. I just did another large harvest today. I'll show you that in a little bit. But the scarlet runner beans have been absolutely crazy. Some of the longest beans I've ever seen. We've still got some on here that I missed. They just hide all over the place. And then if you come in closer, you can see the different types of peppers. They definitely got shaded by the tomatoes. Doesn't matter, they still grew like crazy. So this is a mocha swirl pepper, sweet pepper. It turns red with this swirl pattern. Absolutely gorgeous, very sweet and delicious. We've still got a number of peppers on this plant. Moving along, we've got some hot peppers. One has turned red, and we've got a green one. And then we have another pepper right here. I love trying different varieties. It keeps it interesting, and it's fun to try different vegetables, see what we like, see what we don't like, and see what I want to grow again next year. Moving on over here to the side of the yard is the first garden that I put in this year. These gardens are made up of 2 4 feet by 3 feet raised beds, galvanized steel, and I just filled it with a mixture of garden soil and potting soil. So it has lots of good nutrients. All my raised beds are filled the same way. This garden is definitely in transition. We've got some peas, we've got some tomatoes, some peppers, and some pole beans. These tomatoes have definitely been very productive this season. The peas were just planted a few weeks ago and they're thriving like crazy. I've been harvesting peas off of them for the last week or so, and our sugar snap peas are coming in at the bottom. They're starting to grow nicely. The squirrels are definitely trying to dig them up, and I'm desperately trying to keep them away, but it is definitely a never-ending battle. We've harvested some beautiful peppers off of this plant here, some sweet peppers, and hiding in the back is a zucchini, a yellow zucchini. We've harvested many yellow zucchinis off of this plant. Hopefully we get a couple more before the season ends. And I like to plant basil with my tomatoes, so I have some basil in here. I find that the scent helps keep some of the bugs away, and it's always nice to have some basil, fresh basil, with your fresh tomatoes. Turning to my left was the last garden bed that I built. This is just a 2 foot by 4 foot raised bed made out of wood. I've got some kale growing in here, some zucchini hiding in the back, some peppers, and some peas climbing up this deck and over the flowers. I've gotten tons of yellow zucchini off of this plant as well. There's another one popping on, and I'm hoping that it'll get pollinated. I've noticed, however, that the bees, I haven't seen as many bees the last week or so. The temperatures are definitely dropping. Over here in these two 15-gallon grow bags, I've got some squash also planted late in the season. Not sure if it's going to produce anything for me. And I've also got some cucumber. This was the last cucumber that I planted. Got two beautiful cucumbers on here, and I can't believe that I've got fresh cucumber to harvest on October 1st. This garden at the back of my yard is definitely wild and crazy. This got the least amount of my time. I definitely neglected this garden just a little bit. We've got tomatoes in here, some broccoli, some peppers, some kale, and I have this beautiful purple cabbage that's ready to harvest. That will be for another video coming soon. We've got some beans in the back, scarlet runners. I also planted some green beans and some purple beans. There are some peppers in here, and hiding down here in the corner are some radishes, and I'm definitely fighting the squirrels and chipmunks on these ones. Looks like they've been digging again in here. Ongoing battle. I also have a lot going on the lower deck. Everything on the deck is growing in grow bags, 5, 10, 15, and 20-gallon grow bags. We've got this tomato that I've had growing forever in this 10-gallon bag, and it's just about at the end of its life. We've got some bush beans and scarlet runner beans climbing right up the deck, which was beautiful when they were flowering this summer. We've got a citrus tree and some hot peppers, which are absolutely delicious. I recently pulled a zucchini plant from here, and I'll be planting something in here this weekend. And we've got some beets as well. As we come up the stairs, we've got some beans that were planted a few weeks ago. These are just bush beans. We've got a purple cauliflower here, as well as some oregano, which has absolutely exploded in this 15-gallon grow bag. We've got some sugar snap peas, some zucchini, more beans. These beans have been so productive. I've been harvesting beans off of this plant for weeks and weeks. Growing over here in this grow bag, I've got two tiny tomatoes, some basil, as well as some sugar snap peas that are going to climb up this bamboo trellis, and some broccoli. As we head up the stairs onto the upper deck, this is what I call my lettuce garden. I love that I have so much lettuce growing here. We love the greens. It's also in a little bit of a transition mode. Some stuff needs to be planted. We've got an empty box over here, and I also used a couple of these planting boxes for strawberry plants. And we've got some peppermint growing down here. It's been so much fun to come right outside my kitchen door and grab fresh lettuce for salads, and just to be able to walk out to my garden to pick fresh veggies and fresh herbs. It's been so much fun. Finally, we come down to the table on the deck, and this is what I call my baby section. We've got my harvest from today. This is what I've harvested today: cherry tomatoes, slicing tomatoes, green and purple beans, all the scarlet runners, and some peas back here as well. Look at the size of this scarlet runner. It is absolutely the longest bean I have seen. It's all twirly, unbelievable. We've got some small bowls of lettuce, as well as tons and tons of herbs: basil, parsley, dill, chives, everything. And it's so amazing to have some baby oregano growing. I've also got some radishes growing, some kohlrabi, some more dill, some more lettuce seedlings, and some carrots. It's never too late to stop planting. There's always something you can plant from seed. Don't be afraid to try something new. No matter the season, you can plant something even indoors. There are options like herbs and lettuces that can be planted indoors if the weather is too cold outside. I am definitely willing to try everything possible and learn as much as I can, so that next year I can go at it with a much better plan and have even more success with harvests like these. I hope you enjoyed this tour of my garden. It's been such a lovely day, and I know that it's going to be a beautiful weekend. I'll be able to get a ton of work done in my garden this weekend, and I'm so excited to share with you as the weeks go on and the temperatures start to fall even more than they have and fall really begins to set in. I'll share the process of where my garden is at and how it's doing as we go through the month. Please like and share this video if you found it helpful. Comment below what you're growing in your garden this time of year, what you're going to try to grow going into October, and have fun with it. Please don't forget to subscribe if you like this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye, friends!